Hi, Cornelia. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. You're not in a very good Wi-Fi spot, are you? Are you out and about then? Hello, doing the best I can. Blessings from Oregon. Hello, lovely to see you. Hello, Mel. I'm sure I was talking to you yesterday. I was, wasn't I? Hello, Jenny. Lovely to see you as well. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. Um, Oh, you're in South Africa at the moment, are you, Cornelia? Lovely, lovely part of the world. Yeah, I'd like to go there. I think one day I'd definitely like to go there. Um, yeah. So I hope you're having a good Saturday. I've had a good Saturday so far. The only thing is we've got a firework display tomorrow, and where I live, I'm right on the back of Thetford Forest, and there's a common, and we have a firework display every there. Luckily, my dog doesn't worry about fireworks. Right, okay, Mel. Hello, Libby. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. I do like my glasses. They weren't very expensive, but they were really good. Anyway, so I'll just explain what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing mini readings. I'm going to try and keep them down to, I'll bring through who I've got, the communicator, and then I'll just try and give just three pieces of information to place them, and then I will go to the message. So if you can take it, please put in the comments that you can. Okay. I'm also will be doing card readings as well. Just one card, and I will go to who I'm drawn to. Okay. The way that I work, I think most of you know that now, but I work clairaudiently, clairvoyantly, and clairsentiently. I see, feel, and hear spirit. Okay. So what I'm going to do, lovely to there's some more of you come on. Hello, Karen. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Dawn. Okay. So first of all, I am going to go to the spirit world. So just bear with me while I bring my communicator. Okay, so I've got a gentleman with me, and I believe this gentleman is father. Okay, and I feel that this gentleman, he would have passed the spirit world, I want to say, with a chest condition. I don't necessarily mean his heart. What I mean is, I feel that he had shortness of breath, whether it was something like emphysema or something to do with emphysema, is it, or something to do with his lungs. I feel that towards the end of his life, he had a really difficult time breathing. Okay. So this gentleman, he's quite a tall man. I want to say he's between 5'11" and 6 foot. Okay. He's well built, and he is strong. That's what I want to say. Christina, your dad had emphysema. Dawn, you say your dad had emphysema. Okay, all right. Let me just give you a little bit more. So I feel that he was a strong man. Okay, he was very fit. That's what I want to say about him. And he would have had muscles as well. That's what I just feel. And I feel that what he would have done for a job, it would have been quite a manual job. Okay, I feel that he would have worked, I want to say he would have worked inside and outside, but I feel that his job was quite a manual job. He needed his strength for his job. um can anybody take that? So, Dawn, you say your dad had the condition, and Christina, you say that your dad did. Cornelia, Eva, my father's strong, fit, heart issues, farmer. Right, okay. I'm not so sure it was heart issues, Eva. I may be wrong, but I'm not so sure it was heart issues. I just feel as though he struggled with his chest. Cornelia. Right, okay. I feel as though um Yeah, I feel like I'm with you, Christina. I do feel like I'm with you. So I'm going to work with you if that's okay. Um, so, right, Christina. So he was a plumber. Oh, right. Okay. That would he would be in and out, wouldn't he? And that's where he would have got the chest problems, because I really do feel that it was that, Christina. So I'm going to work with you, okay? I want to say with your dad as well. Your dad was a man he was a very positive man, okay? And I want to say with him, he was fun to be around. All right, Christina, if you can understand that. I want to say that about him. I want to say also about him that he was quite a chatty man as well. I feel that he would have had good banter, if you understand what I mean, Christina. And I also feel that he had the gift of the gab as well. So what I want to say with him is that he wasn't a shy man. You know, he could have a conversation with anybody. You know, he was quite personable, he was friendly, you know, and he didn't need to know you to have a conversation with you. And I also feel as well, oh, you've just said that he loved to joke, but what I want to say about him is, Christina, that he really did have that mentality that life was for living. You know, life was for living, life was for getting the most out of life that you can. And I want to say, Christina, as well, that you were quite close to your father. Would you understand that? I feel with him, family was quite important, was very important to him. But I feel like you were a daddy's girl. Would you understand that with him, Christina? Um, I want to say, and I want to say also as well, he had the gift of the gab. And when I say that, what I want to say about him is that he liked, the ladies liked him. The ladies liked him because I feel he was a good looking man as well. You know, you would have thought that anyway, but I do feel that with him. But he was a one woman, you know, a one woman man, and his family were really important to him. So while he was very outgoing and very bubbly, I want to say that all that, you know, his family meant everything to him as well. Okay. And I want to say, would you understand with him as well that you used to think that he was wonderful? He was absolutely wonderful, and he could tell a tale as well. He could really tell a tale, Christina. Um, and he was also a type of man and father that he was interested in what you were doing. You know, he would come home and he would want to know what you had been up to. Um, and you know, he was interested in what you had to say. And I feel that you were quite a chatterbox as well. I feel you were quite like your dad, Christina. So I feel that you were quite a chatterbox, and you also wanted to drink up the knowledge. You know, you just love that. Would you understand with him, Christina, that right, what I want to say, would you understand with him, Christina, that he loved Christmas? I just get that feeling that he loved Christmas and he loved everything about it. He loved the fact that it was magical for the children, but he also loved the fact of the family getting together at Christmas. And I also feel with him as well, you know, that he really enjoyed it and he made it as magical as he could, Christina. That's what I want to say about him. Okay. Um, and he was also someone that you could run something past him if you wanted to chat with your dad. He was always there, and he would be always be there with wise words. That's what I want to say. And you really did listen to what your dad had to say, because you knew that he had your best interests at heart. Um, I want to say, as you grew older I want to say he didn't want to let his little girl go. That's the way he's making me feel. But he wanted you to expand and explore the world. Okay, that's what I want to say. I also want to say with him as well, when you would all get together as a family, that it was just magical. It really was. He would always be head of the family, and he would be the one who would get the day or the evening going with his jokes and with his laughter. And yeah, it was just a wonderful time. He was a wonderful man. Now I've been given the name Stephen. I've been given the name Brian, and I've also been given the name Sebastian. So the three S's. I don't know if you can take any of those names. And I also want to give you the month of April. I want to give you the month of April for an anniversary or a passing. And I want to give you the first 2 weeks. I want to give you the first 2 weeks in April, I feel. Okay, right, Christina, I'm going to go to the reason why he's come through to see you today, okay? Excuse me a moment, I'll just take a drink. Okay, so he has come through today, Christina. He has come through. Would you understand that he's been on your mind recently? Would you understand that? Because what he's saying to me is that this time of year, as it leads up to Christmas, this was always a really lovely time, and I think even now you still feel fondly about those times that were spent. That's what I want to say with you. Now he's just come through with a lot of love for you, Christina. Okay, he's come through with a lot of love for you, and he's also come through to say, would you understand, Christina, at the moment that you are would you understand that you're quite busy? I want to say that you're a busy person as a rule. That's what I want to say. As a rule, you're a busy person. You've always got stuff going on. But what I want to say at the moment is I feel like, excuse me, what he's saying is that you've got extra going on at the moment. Would you understand that? A bit sort of like your mind is going 95 miles an hour, I feel, because I feel that there's quite a lot going on around you at the moment, Christina. I don't know if you could, sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. I don't know if you can understand that, but that's what he's saying. So what he's doing is he's saying that, you know, you can take that, right? Okay. He's saying what you need to do is you need to just take a little bit of a step back. Okay, a little bit of a step back, and a little bit of a foot on the brake is the best way that I can describe that. A foot on the brake, because he's saying that for you to be able to function, for you to be able to do everything that you do, you need to slow down a little bit. That's what he's saying. You need to slow down. And I do feel that he's been around you recently, Christina. I really do feel that. And I feel that he's around you now. And he's sort of trying to say to you, in his way, to just slow down that little bit. Take a breath. Okay, take a breath and think of yourself. Okay, because you need to be able to function. Spa is booked for the 23rd, right? Okay. But that's what I'm saying. So that's what he's saying to you at the moment. You just need to take a moment for yourself. Okay. So he's sending all his love, lots of love for you. And I just want to say thank you for working with me, Christina. Okay. Lovely. Thank you. Right. Okay. Now, I am going to pull a card now. Who am I going to pull a card for? Susan, Carey, yeah, Susan. I'm going to pull a card for you. So you're welcome, Christina. You're welcome. So if you could just say hi, so that I know that you're still here. And I will read what the card says, Susan. Okay, so these cards that I have are their angel cards. Okay, so I'll pull a card, I'll show it to you, I'll read it, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so the card that I've got, Susan, is a card called Cupid. Okay, which, you know, says all it needs to say. But let me show you this card. So that way, Claire. Oh, yeah, there we go. So this is a little a cherub, a Cupid, blowing bubbles, and she is in the sky. Okay, so and the bubbles that she's blowing are heart shaped. Okay, Susan. So let's read what this card says. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. Right, Susan. So this card doesn't necessarily mean that that you've met someone. Okay. So I'm going to interpret what I feel about this card and feel with you. Okay. Would you understand with you that you are someone who, I don't feel that you give yourself enough praise. Okay, I don't feel that you give yourself enough recognition. Okay, and I don't feel with you as well. I feel that you're someone who questions everything that you do. Would you understand that, Susan? That's the way I feel with you, and I just feel with you that you're sometimes you find it hard to take that step forward. Yes, right. Okay, lovely. So, and also the way I feel with, and I don't know if it's because of something that's happened in your past, but I feel that you're quite guarded with your feelings as well. That's what I want to say about you. So you're quite guarded. You don't allow yourself you don't allow yourself to get into situations where you could get hurt. That's what I want to say about you. I feel that you're quite a closed book, and you're also someone who doesn't have a great sense of self-worth, really. That's just the feeling that I get with you. Okay, well, you shouldn't have, Susan. So what this card is saying is, at the moment, they're working around you. The angels are working around you at the moment to try and mend that within you, to try and get you to realize that you are worthy, okay, and you are a good person, all right, and you shouldn't have to question everything that you do, or if I don't say, when I say question, I mean sort of, once you've done it, pull it to pieces because you feel that you could have done something better. So I really don't feel that you should keep doing that. And what this card is saying is that there are people around you, Susan, okay? There are people around you who, if you just open yourself up that little bit more, okay, and actually start to believe in yourself, because there's no reason why you shouldn't, okay, Susan? And if you let some of that love into your heart and into your life, then I really feel that things are going to start to open up for you, Susan. I really do. And I do feel that there are people around you. And I also feel within you as well, Susan, that you want that. You want to move forward, and you want to be able to let love into your life. And I don't just mean romantic love, I mean love for yourself, okay, but also the love from others, Susan. All right, that's what I want to say to you. And I want to say to you that now is the time. Now is the time for you to take that leap of faith, okay? So I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to leave that card with you. But I want to say now is the time to start opening your heart, Susan. Take that leap of faith and ultimately believe in you. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you. And I hope that's helped. I hope that's helped, Susan. Right, okay. Back to the spirit world. Let me see. Who have I got? Right, I've got a lady with me. Okay. And this lady is, oh dear. This lady is a lady that doesn't mince her words. I have to say that, the way she's making me feel. So I want to say that this lady is mother, or she's like a mother. If she's not a mother, it was quite a close relationship. Yeah. Now, this lady, what I want to say about her is she's a no-nonsense lady. She's probably about 5'7" to 5'9", maybe. No, maybe a bit smaller, maybe 5'5" to 5'8", something like that. Okay, and this lady as well, she's medium build. I wouldn't say that there was a lot of, she was just muscle, really. She was a medium build. She wasn't too thin. She wasn't too big. Okay. And I feel that this lady would have passed the spirit world. It would have definitely been a smoking related disease that she passed the spirit world with, because I do feel that this lady would have smoked. I don't know that she would have smoked her whole life, but I do feel that she would have smoked. Okay. This lady also was a very practical lady as well. She wasn't a lady that would, she wasn't into wearing like loads of makeup or anything like that. What you see is what you get. That was the way that she was. She was clean. She was tidy. But there was also no airs and graces about her whatsoever. And I feel that this woman as well, she would have worked really hard. She would have worked hard most of her life, and she would have worked up until she couldn't work anymore. That was her ethos. That was her work ethic. Okay. So, Karen, you say it could be your mum. Michelle, you said your mum had COPD with smoking. Can any of you understand? I've got to say, with this lady, she was a lady that was a no-nonsense lady and would say it as it was. She wasn't bothered about what she said. She wasn't malicious. But she really sort of said what she thought. So I need someone to sort of say that was, Michelle. Right. Okay. Yes to Michelle. Right. Okay. And I feel with this lady as well that also as well, she would have been someone who enjoyed a cigarette. She would. Right, okay, now I need to know where I'm going. Hang on a minute. Do you know, I feel like I feel as though I'm with you, Jenny. I feel like I'm with you. So I'm going to work with you if that's okay. And you said it was your mum in spirit world, yes? You or was it someone like a mum, Jenny? But anyway, I do feel as though I'm with you, so I'm going to work with you. Anyway, so you would understand, oh, your mum, right? You would understand with your mum that she was no nonsense. She was a lady that would if somebody asked her a question, she would give them an honest answer. You know, there was no sugarcoating it, no flamby-pamby, no, if that's even a word, there was no floating or butterflies. You asked her something, she gave you the truth. And that was the way that she was. I feel that she was quite forthright, but I also want to say with her, Jenny, that I feel that she was well respected as well, your mum. She was well respected. And I want to say as well that she worked hard to earn that respect. She worked hard to earn that respect. And she did get that. Now, I want to say, I don't know what she did because she's not showing me, but I feel with your mum that she would have done anything to make sure that there was food on the table for her family. You know, anything to make ends meet. Um, would she have did she ever scrub? I can see her scrubbing. I don't know if it was in her own house or if it was in somewhere else's house or another building, but I can see her scrubbing as well. And also, what I want to say about her as well is, would you ever remember her wearing? I want to say that she would have worn not so much a pinny where you tie it round you, but you know, one of those working overcoats. Do you know what I mean? Those oh, I can't really pinnies, but they were sort of all the way across. That's what I want to say about her. I also want to say with your mum as well that that she was also a good listener. That's what I want to say about her. You know, there was a kindness to your mum. You know, she was very right. That's why I can see it then, Jenny. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah. Um, she was very direct, as I said, but she was a good listener. She was a good listener. And the thing about her as well, Jenny, is that she would give really good advice. Really good advice. And it was advice that was from the heart. And it was also maybe sometimes advice that you didn't want to hear. Okay. Now, I feel that your mum loved her home. You know, it wasn't Buckingham Palace, but it was her palace. Okay. And I do feel with your mum that she would have run a tight ship. That's what I want to say about her. She would really run a tight ship, and she would have had her rules and regulation. You know, she would have liked I feel with your mum, because I feel with her that, you know, she had to work hard for everything that she got. I feel that she would have instilled that within you as well. So I do feel that you would have had your jobs around the house. I don't feel like it was you just sit down and I'll do everything. I do feel that you would have had your own chores to do, which at the time you would moan and groan about it, but now you think, well, that, you know, that was right. That's what I want to say about her as well. And I want to say with her also that she what was it you were saying? You wouldn't see her sitting down very often. You wouldn't see her sitting down at all very often. She was always on the go, always on the move. If she wasn't doing one thing, she was doing another thing. And I also want to say about your mum, I want to say she was a really good cook. And I want to say she was a good cook because I feel with her, she was a woman that could make a meal out of anything. Okay? Make a meal out of anything. Didn't matter what it was, it would always taste good. And I feel that's the way that she had been brought up. And I also want to say as well, I do have to say, Jenny, that as you got older and as you got into your teenage years, I do feel that there would have been clashes, or should I say differences of opinions, because I do feel with you that you would have been quite like your mum. You were someone who has a strong character. That's what I want to say about you. And I just feel as you got older that there would have been those clashes as well, and as well when boys and going out and drinking and all of those things. But I do feel with your mum, she did know that you would have to um, go and make your own mistakes, because the only way that you learn is by making your mistakes. And she would be there to pick you up. You know, she was never a woman that would say, I told you so, in so many words. But what she would do is she would sort of question why you did that. And then she would let you, you know, talk, is what I want to say with her. But she let you be your own person. And you really respected your mum for that. And you loved your mum. And she loved you. And she did show her love. She did show her love. Maybe not in a conventional way, but she did love you, and you knew that. You really knew that. Right, okay, so I've been given the name Sharon, I've been given the name Mavis, and I've also been given the name Mabel as well. So Sharon, Mavis, and Mabel. I've been given the number 13. I don't know if that is of any relevance to you, but I've been given the number 13. And I also want to give you the month of September. Okay, I want to give you towards the end of September for an anniversary or a passing. Okay, so I don't know if you can take any of those. And I'm going to now ask her what she has come through to say. Right, okay. September's your anniversary, lovely. So she's come through. I don't know if you feel spirit around you, but again, she has been around you recently. She's saying that, you are my little firecracker. That's what she's saying. You are my little firecracker. So, and that is a term of endearment from her. Okay. She first of all wants to say to you that, and I'm sure if she's come through before, she has said this, but she wants to thank you from the bottom of her heart for everything that you did for her when she became poorly. Because she's saying that when she got to a point where she wasn't able to do a lot of things for herself, she became very frustrated. And I want to say a bit awkward, maybe more awkward than she would have been normally. Not that she was awkward, but you know what I mean. I just feel with her that she was very frustrated with not being able to do anything. Okay. And she's saying that you were there for her. Okay. She also wants to say that she also wants to say that she's very proud of you. Okay, very proud of you. In I want to say, Jenny, that I don't feel that, I mean, none of us have a perfect life, do we? No one has a perfect life, but I feel that you've had your ups and downs, is what she's saying. But what she's saying is that you have come through all of that. Okay, you have come through all of that, and you are a stronger woman for it. Okay, but you love fiercely. She's saying that's what I taught you, to love fiercely and to look after those that are your loved ones. And she said the strength that you show and the love that you give, Jenny, is, you don't realize the difference that you make. Okay, she's saying that you also have a bit more tact than she had. So what I can take from that is that maybe you're not as blunt as your mum used to be, but she's saying you deal with situations very well, and you never let anybody you never let anybody try and change you. You've always been you, Jenny. That's what I want to say. You've always been you. And um, what she's saying is never, ever let anybody try and tell you that you're not good enough. She said, because you are good enough. She said, you're a strong woman, you're a kind woman, you're a caring woman. The only thing she will say to you is that every now and again, and she didn't do it, she said, but every now and again, you need to take a beat. You need to take a beat and just sit and give yourself 5 minutes, because I don't feel you do that very often. I feel that you're very busy. But she's saying you need to take that time for yourself and do something for yourself. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to leave her love with you and say thank you very much for working with me. Lovely woman. I would love to have met her. But yeah, lovely. Right. I'm going to go for another card now. Let me see. Who am I drawn to? You're welcome, Jenny. You're welcome. Right, Lisa Parrish. I'm drawn to you, Lisa. I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? Let's see where we go. Right, okay, so Lisa, the card that I've got for you is a card called Ground Yourself, okay? So this is a beautiful card, all my favourite colours, greens, purples, pinks. So this is a beautiful scene. I think it's by a river, okay? And you've got, oh, come on, Claire, get it right. And you've got this angel standing by the edge of the river, and she has all these beautiful coloured flowers, pinks and yellows, behind her. She's got a beautiful green dress on, and for me, green is very, very spiritual. It really is. And she also has on her a purple cloak as well. Okay. And all of those colors are very spiritual, and she's got the grass in the distance as well. So yeah, so let's read the card and we'll go from there, Lisa. Okay. So the card is called Ground Yourself. So when you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and the material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Okay, Lisa. So, would you understand with you sometimes that how can I put this? Would you understand with yourself sometimes that you go off into a daydream? That's what I want. That's what I want to say with you. You go off into your own thoughts. I feel like that with you. I feel that you have lots of thoughts, and you sometimes have this great gift of being able to take yourself out of things and take yourself away. Okay. And I want to say with you, Lisa, would you understand that you're quite creative as well? That you're quite creative. um I just feel that with you. I feel that you have a really quite creative mind, is what I want to say. And I also want to say as well with you, Lisa, I want to say that you're quite spiritual. Would you understand that? Would you understand that you feel the spirit world around you, or you know that the spirit world is around you? Um, I just get that feeling with you because of all these beautiful spiritual. You are right. Okay, lovely. So, right. Okay. So you are spiritual, and I feel with you that you prefer to be in your, shall we say, daydreaming. You prefer that than actually, the real world sometimes, because for you that world is quite a safe place. But also as well, I feel with you at the moment, what they're saying at the moment with you is being able to get that balance. I don't feel that you quite have that balance at the moment. And when I say balance, what I mean is you don't have the spiritual and the earthly meeting in the middle. I feel that you're a little bit sort of I feel that there's quite a lot going on for you spiritually at the moment. Yeah, I do feel that with you. And it's very difficult to keep that balance within yourself. So what this card is saying is that you become ungrounded. Okay, so I feel with you at the moment, I feel that you're slightly ungrounded. I don't feel that you're quite there. And it's the spirit are wanting to work with you at the moment. They really are. And I feel that things are evolving for you and moving forward. But what they're also saying is you also need to keep your feet firmly on the ground as well, because you need to find that balance. Okay, you need to find that balance to balance the spiritual with the earthly. Okay. Your work, although you work with the spirit world, your work will be here, obviously, helping people and making a difference. So you need to find that balance. And what they're saying is they are working with you at the moment, Lisa, to try to help you to balance the spiritual and the material. Okay. What I want to say to you is that I don't know if you go outside a lot, and I know it's November, so I know we're coming to the end of autumn, we'll be into winter, but I feel with you that you need to get outside. Okay, you need to be outside, and you need to be outside with nature. And I feel by doing that and spending time outside, even if it's wrapped up warm and sitting on a log, something like that, even if it's that, I just feel that will help you to get that balance. All right. So what this card is saying is they're helping you at the moment. They really are trying to. But I also feel that you need to get outside and you need to be at one with nature and have your feet on the ground. Nature and water ground you. Have your feet on the ground and go and sit by that river. Okay, Lisa? So I'm going to leave that with you. Oh, I got goosebumps there. And I really hope that that helped. All right. So let me see. I'm going to go back to the spirit world. Let me see who I've got. Right, I've got a lady with me, and I feel as though this lady is, I want to say that this lady is sister, okay? It feels like a sister, it really does. Now, this lady, I want to say she's about between 5'7" to 5'9". She's medium build. I feel that she had hair down to her shoulders-ish, and I feel that it could either be straight or it could be curly, one or the other. She's quite modernly dressed. When I say that, I mean she's the way I'm seeing her is she's got jeans and a t-shirt on, but she looks really smart and she looks good with it. I feel that she would have had a good figure. Okay, I feel that this lady would have passed the spirit world with cancer, and I feel that this would have been breast cancer. Okay, and I feel that this lady would have passed the spirit world before her time. So I don't feel that she made old bones. She's not telling me yet how old she was, but what I do say about this condition that she passed with is that from diagnosis to pass into the spirit world, I don't feel that the time was very long. That's what I want to say. And what I want to say is that I feel that she had this condition for quite a while without knowing, is what I want to say. I want to say that there was no symptoms. Does anybody understand that? So hair down to her shoulders. Does she get, no, I haven't got a name, I'm afraid. I'm just trying to ask her what her name is. No, she's not giving it to me, so I'm not going to make it up. What I would say was, though, that she did pass before her time. And I want to say that she probably would have passed, I want to say mid 40s to maybe late 40s, early 50s. I'm not very good with ages, but I feel sort of around that area. Does anybody understand that at all? I want to say with her as well that she was very, she was good fun to be around. She was really good fun to be around. She was funny. She was laughy. She was chatty. And I want to say with her as well that she would have had a lot of friends, a lot of friends. And she was someone who, she was kind as well. Does anybody take that? Doesn't look like it. I don't particularly want to send her back. Let me see. No? Oh, sister-in-law, breast cancer, died in her 50s. Jenny, were you close to your sister-in-law? Were you close to her? Because I feel this bond was really close. And Michelle, you say your cousin, who you were very close to, died of it as well. Can you both understand the description that I've given as well of her? Because I want to say she was beautiful. She was naturally beautiful. I do feel that she would have worn a bit of makeup. I don't feel she needed a lot of makeup, but I feel that she would have done. So you can, Jenny, you can, and you can, Michelle. Right, okay. So I need to see who I'm with. Just bear with me a second. Just let me ask. Right, okay. Right, I feel as though I'm with you, Michelle. I'm definitely with you, because I want to say that your cousin, she feels like, I want to say your relationship, you were really close. So it was she felt like a sister. She was someone that you would have spent time with. Okay, so thank you, Jenny. But I'm gonna work with Michelle. Okay, so Michelle, lovely lady, absolutely lovely lady. And you would understand with her, Michelle, that she was kind, caring, she was funny, um, and she was a good laugh to be with. Would you understand that, Michelle? That's what I want to say about her. Right, okay. Yeah, I can see those. I can see that hair, and she liked her hair as well. She really liked her hair. And I want to say that she was up for anything. She wasn't one of those. She wasn't one of those girls who was, scared of. I mean, you say you went camping, but she wasn't one of those people who would, only want to play with her dolls or stuff like that. She liked to go out and she liked adventure as well. You know, but then you did, it wasn't all computer games and staying in, but I just feel she was someone who was always on the go as well. And I want to say she got you she was stunning there. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. And she had a cheeky nature about her as well. I want to say that with her, and I want to say that she was a hit with the boys, and she was she was someone that, and I want to say with her as well, Michelle, that she didn't even know how beautiful she was. She didn't realize how beautiful she was inside and out. That's what I want to say. She was a very selfless person, but she was also very loyal as well. And I want to say with her that she would have stood by you and stood up for you, no matter what. That was the type of girl that she was. She really was. If you were in her group, then um, you were in a group for life. That's what I want to say about her as well. She liked her clothes. I have to say, as she got older, I feel that she would have liked her clothes and she would have liked to have looked nice, and she took care of herself as well. She looked after herself, but she didn't take herself too seriously, Michelle. That's what I want to say about her. She just loved life, and she got on with life. Um, and you say she won a beauty competition. Well, yeah, she was more fashionable than you. Yeah, you might have thought that, but she's saying that you meant the world to her, okay? And she loved you the way that you were, okay? Anyway, I've got the name Jane, and I've got the name Sarah, and I've also got the name Alice. So Jane, Sarah, and Alice. Okay, they're the three names that I've got for you. I've got the number 7 I want to give to you, and I also want to give you. I want to give you the second week in October for a birthday or an anniversary, something like that. So I don't know if you can take any of those, or whether the number 7 is significant to you. And what I'm going to do now, Michelle, Jane was her sister. Right, lovely. Thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the reason why she's come through. Okay. Now she's come through today with a lot of love for you, and also she's come through with a bit of upliftment for you, Michelle. You lived at number 7. Lovely. Thank you. A bit of upliftment for you, Michelle. Okay. Because I feel that you need that at the moment. I feel that you need some upliftment. So she's come through with that for you. And she's come through and she said, you don't know how much you meant to me. Okay, that's what she's saying. You meant the world to me. You were my confidant. You were someone who I looked up to. She said, you may not have known that, but I looked up for you, and I cherished our friendship. Okay, We were family, but I cherished our friendship as well. And she's saying, be you, be you. Okay. She wants to give you this boost. She says, and she just wants you are perfect the way that you are. That's what she wants to say to you. Okay. Never change. Never be something that you don't feel comfortable with. Always be you, because she loved you. Okay. And she loved who you were and who you are now. So take that upliftment from her, Michelle. Okay. Take her love as well. And I want to say thank you very much for working with me. So thank you all, everybody. It's been wonderful. It's been lovely to see you all. I hope you all have a safe weekend. Enjoy the fireworks if you're going to a display, and keep safe. And I look forward to seeing you all in a couple of weeks for some more, and to see how you're all doing. So take care, everyone. Look after yourselves. Know that you're good enough, and I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye bye.